Dude, no he 1v1s me on this team.
Gori 1v1. Did you 1v1 Rue?
Yeah, I beat him already.
You beat him?
Yeah.
What matchup?
Gori
Sion Yasuo.
Did you play Sion?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sion wins. It's
He
a
wanted
counter.
to play Sion.
It's a counter
He wanted
matchup.
to play Yasuo. You want to play the other side?
No, no.
Okay, I'll...
Getting the root onto River, Licorice wrapping around. Inspired, does he see him? Joins the jungler. The solo laner put in some work. Gori getting a kill. It's Golden Guardians throwing back on the fight. Going into stasis, Jojo keeps himself alive for a temporary amount of time. Stixxay popping off at it again. Licorice going into the back line to get the double kill here. It's a good play. It's an ace for Golden Guardians. Welcome back, everyone. We had to get a little photo op in because we've got a special guest here for game number 2. You're hanging out in the lounge.
Hello.
Yeah, the star of the show. We got Closer.
you.
How you doing?
I'm good. Game 1 was fun.
Yeah, what did you think of game 1 from draft even? Was pretty crazy.
I'm expecting a completely different draft from EG this game. Maybe taking River of Wukong. We'll see. But I felt like they chose more like a risky way of drafting, like picking winning lanes and trying to snowball.
And it did have a good start for Evil Geniuses when they got those 2 sums,
Yeah.
but then after that weren't able to make the overall victory. But definitely shifting things up, wouldn't you say, on the
That's
Golden
Caitlyn.
Guardians?
Yeah, Caitlyn and Wukong is gone. Maybe they might even look to first pick Vi and take it off from River. We will see.
How important do you think it is to deny River from GG?
I think it's their key member, honestly. Even though last game he didn't shine, I think he played the team fights very well. So controlling him should be EG's first priority. Yeah, they first pick Vi. I think Golden Guardians might go for Maokai here, or even Sejuani. It was banned first game, and now it's open.
Yeah, tank frontline, super versatile there. Could easily open. Bottom lane looking pretty open as well.
Oh.
Just the Varus and the Caitlyn ban so far. They insta throw the double tank line though. They yoinked the
Yeah.
tank line from last game from EG.
And for Golden Guardians, bringing out the Ssumday, also a team that has shown some of that flexibility across the solo lanes as well.
Yeah. EG might go for something like Lucian Nami here because red side can only answer with one piece, and Lucian Nami could be very strong in this draft.
Yeah, and then they already have a Vi to protect against a Zeri pick, which would be the answer, but they lock it down themselves. Again, they're gonna let support go 2, 4, 5 here and just get the Ahri for Jojo. I mean, Ahri has risen to be the most picked mid laner on this patch as well.
Yeah.
Really taking over.
But with Ahri being locked in for Evil Geniuses, have to see what Golden Guardians are
So
going to
far-
respond.
So far, they have the EG draft from last game.
Yeah.
There's no shot they run it back completely, though.
I'm not sure if I like this Ahri pick this early on because Tristana is gonna have a good early game now. I mean, it's gonna be hard for Tristana to carry the game because of the Vi and Ahri combo, but I'm curious how the lane is gonna go.
Yeah, Vi Ahri combo, one of the deadliest mid jungle combos. Definitely gonna have to watch out for that one. Lulu bans here for Zeri. Zeri can be paired with so many other things, though. You can even go engage supports with it.
Yeah, you can go
Rakan is
Rakan.
available.
Very good with Vi.
Yeah, we haven't seen Rakan in the bans at all or in game yet today, but still definitely possibilities that EG can pull from since they did elect to not go with the full selection of the bot plus support combo in the first round. The denial of the Lulu by Golden Guardians, see what they decide to accompany, and there's the Rakan taken out.
Very good bans from Golden Guardians.
Yeah, especially looking at some counter engage now as well from their side.
Curious what Golden Guardians bot lane is gonna pick. Maybe they will go for Jinx if it's not banned.
Did it feel scared to play Jinx into Vi Ahri though? Something super defensive. I know Rakan's already banned, but Xayah has been picked without Rakan sometimes too.
Yeah. It's definitely scary, but
Yeah,
they also have
they're banned.
Tristana, another damage dealer. If you kill Jinx, then Tristana can hit. So, I don't
That's
think
what EG was trying to do. Didn't
True.
quite work out for them. But we'll see. Golden Guardian still looking for a pick for Huhi, who has been so crucial in unlocking from lane and really impacting the rest of the map early. Did so just in the last one.
Yeah.
Could just do the Tristana Rell kill bottom lane too, rotate and get Gori a different mid laner.
Ooh, that would be good.
Oh, true. So Rell locked in for huhi. Still some flexibility offered in where that Tristana could go if Gori doesn't want to bring it down. Nautilus here for Zeri, capitalize upon some of the engage that he can offer.
Yeah.
All right, what is going to be their blind for Ssumday? Or everything, their answer into the Ssumday.
Actually, in Golden Guys draft, everything is a flex right now. They can play Tristana at all.
Ssumday could be
They
mid.
can flex Ssumday mids. So it's for sure tricky to pick a top laner on EG side here.
Yeah.
I feel like the last draft was already pretty crazy right off the bat. This one, they're going to switch it around. It's a bit more M. Night Shyamalan twist style with some of the switcheroos with the flexibility, but so far, nothing to tell there just yet. The Sion locked for Evil Geniuses, bringing that tank to the top lane for Ssumday. And now GG with their last lock-in of the draft.
They did it. They rotated it down to Stixxay. Stixxay and huhi, Tristana Rell kill bottom lane. I love it. So many Zeri picks. Everyone hates Zeri. I hate Zeri so much. I want to see more kill lanes into Zeri. You know, Draven pickers, Tristana plus Rell here. Definitely kill opportunities there.
Gwen was very good here because enemy team, look at their picks. They're Vi, Ahri, they all want to come in and you don't want to go in against Gwen. So definitely a good draft from Golden Guardians. I think they use their flex picks very well. We will see how they play in game, but I like their drafts.
Yeah. Licorice had some pretty good Gwen against you guys as well, a couple games.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about that.
On the receiving end of that Gwen.
Yeah, I'm familiar with this Gwen.
Just let memory fail you a bit. They had some series going on. Gwen was there, but now definitely here for Licorice and an interesting draft once again from the side of Golden Guardians with so much flexibility. But EG also switching things up. And we'll see if they can even out this series. Not many believed, if you're looking at fan votes and all the official predictions, that Golden Guardians would be pulling ahead here in game number one. Closer, what are you thinking of the start so far?
I didn't believe as well, but now after seeing the draft, it might even be 2-0. So I'm excited for this game.
Building off of the adrenaline that Golden Guardians was able to amount after a game one victory against Evil Geniuses. Time to see if they can run it back. Very different looks though, and especially with an emphasis on the mid-jungle duo. And Kobe, you're talking about the fact that Vi and Ahri being a good combo here. Maybe some work can be done.
Yeah, it's super easy, guaranteed kills at 6. Vi ultimate, Ahri charm, and somebody will die. I'm most curious about the bottom lane though. I'm so hyped to see a bottom lane Tristana with Rell. Rell does not get played a lot. Except by very, very aggressive supports looking for kill lanes, and makes me wonder if River is going to make some, flash W plays earlier in this game than normally for Maokai. Normally Maokai is just doing tracking, keeping track of enemy jungler, warding, throwing saplings, but
yeah, it's definitely scary to play Zeri in the bot lane as well. They have hit advantage on Tristana's side as well, so 2v2. I'm curious if there's going to be fighting going on.
And we're still awaiting for when that fighting will break out. In the meantime, let's hear from EG's coaching staff.
Thank you very much. I'm here with Freeze from EG. Blue side, both game 1 and 2, a lot of different champions. Tell me about the adjustments you made between games.
Yeah, so the first game, I feel like we had a high execution draft where we should have stumbled and gotten Drakes and Heralds, but we traded on objective, and then we didn't use the Herald very well when we could have easily taken a full trade versus Fiora with our swaps, but we managed to not do it. So this game we went for an easier draft where it's kind of like we just have to be aggressive enough, find the windows with engage, and it's much easier to play than the first game, so let's see how the boys do.
All right, a little bit of a team fight comp. What needs to happen in the early game to feel good about this game?
Early game, not much. We just have to wait for our level 6 power spikes, and then we have to find windows on one of them. They did pretty good Tristana flex. That was very good by them. But still, we can find windows on Maokai, you can find windows or Ssumday or Rell. So basically, waiting in level 6 and then just going in.
All right, EG head coach Freeze, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Freeze talking about Evil Genius's decision to go for a draft that had a bit more straightforward execution. Do you feel like that is common after a loss in the first game? Simplify it?
Honestly, that's a very good read from first game. I think they learned their lesson. They need to play you need to play easier things. And this game they went for REY. and we'll see. I like that they read the situation well from the game one.
EG making the read, keeping inspired around this mid lane with Gori pushed up on this wave against Jojo, but awaiting any potential play.
Oh, he's not
Channeling
spoiled, but it's
up.
gonna be hard to kill here.
Gets a similar lock, but no follow-up just yet.
Yeah, gonna be hard to even do any damage there. Gori really, really cautiously playing, backs up immediately too, barely even takes a scratch. And it allows River the full clear on Maokai as well, so he's substantially
definitely ahead
ahead.
on the tempo, yeah.
And Golden Guardians making sure that River was given that breath to do what he wants to do in the jungle and get that clear off of that showing of Inspired across the mid lane.
Now, are they even gonna get the bot scuttle here?
Yeah, they've got bot prio here. Rell comes up.
Yeah.
No
Nautilus
smite.
is trying to pressure him, but they will be able to get this. And this is definitely huge for Golden Guardians early game.
Oh, Gori marked low by
That guy's
Jojo.
going in.
Oh,
Vulcan.
Vulcan
Gonna
might
see
lose
River
flash
in
here.
a moment.
Oh, he might
Knocked
even die.
back, flashing, rooted, knocked up over the wall. Stixxay goes. FBI trying to get some burst fire in, but Vulcan, first blood drawn by Golden Guardians.
They get the Tristana kill lane. A kill. You'll love to see it. River slips into the tri-brush as support is roaming back down, so Vulcan
River
walks
is so
it
happy
right
right
into
now.
a trap. Oh my gosh.
Oh, and then is he gonna get a flash here? Okay, he flashes in.
The charm
Might
attempted.
get a kill.
Jojo, one more slam to do it. River making the work be had.
Everybody predicted EG. Overwhelming. All the analysts, even Cloud9 yesterday, after their wins, they're like, yeah, EG 3-0, stomp, stomp. Golden Guardians are taking it to him, though. River.
I think definitely mistakes by EG though. That they used one jungler full cleared and the other jungler used his timing to gank Ssumday mid, which is like he's not gonna die to early ganks.
Yeah.
And River basically full cleared, got his 8th camp by Vulcan here, and then he walked mid after this and somehow got another kill. Definitely a misplay by EG, but I guess good job to Golden Guardians.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of tells there too. When you see the Rell moving over towards tri-brush as your support is walking back, you have to think, oh, maybe they know something, right?
Because when Vulcan went to the river, he saw that Maokai and Rell getting the scuttle. So he definitely disrespected them a bit by walking back to the tri-bush.
It feels like a little bit of like laziness so far from Evil Geniuses and not really respecting what's in front of them.
And Golden Guardians pulling ahead here, 1.1k gold lead at 5.5 minutes with a decent amount of that in the bot lane where they are looking to punish FBI and Vulcan. Closer, a lot have talked about, we were saying earlier on the bot lane and kind of the similarities between them in power level. You are very familiar with a couple players on either side. Do you believe that to be true?
Honestly, screaming Evil Geniuses, I thought their bot lane is performing very well, but game one, Stixxay and huhi did very well. There's a Gori flash.
Strength of those bot lanes and beyond comes into effect around this dragon play. River taking the brunt of the damage, and Jojo goes in with some Foxfire, some Salping thrown down. There's a rocket jump in. E onto Inspire, gonna blast soon, and there's a kill. Huhi gets the credit of it onto FBI, and the pursuit is strong. Stixxay staying alive and lock onto Jojo. Support more, separate third mid lane. Who's the next ball? Jojo is had. Golden Guardians just coming out on top across.
Oh my goodness. Gori annihilates FBI Ssumday Gaming right there, right against the wall. And then Stixxay doesn't even go down. Pops the honey fruit, picks up enough honey fruit to survive.
I would have to watch the replay, but I felt like River was too forward there and Ahri had his ult.
I thought he was doomed too. He's really far in here. Look how aggressive he goes, and then Zeri's gonna jump over the wall.
Yeah, Ahri uses charm on Ssumday and gets his flash. I thought River is definitely inting here, but I guess Ahri has his cooldowns back.
Yeah, your boy huhi goes in for the counter engage as they're chasing River.
Engage.
It was a massive engage from him, and then they section out Zeri against the wall. And then this, he picks up honey fruit.
On him. This is definitely a tilter.
Yeah, you said immediately, go next.
Yeah.
I feel that right there. Oh my goodness, this early game. This is one of those games where, like, if you're in a scrim, what's your mental like?
You just say GG or remake, and
unfortunately, it is a best of 5 in playoffs to see who will go to Raleigh.
Elimination on the table.
GG is definitely feeling the momentum. You can understand from the player cams as well. but EG is a dangerous team, so they're definitely not out yet.
So how do you break that? If you're over on EG's perspective right now, that's a lot of momentum building for Golden Guardians, smiles across the way, and you need to bring yourself back in emotionally.
Yeah, if you're EG side, it's gonna be hard to take 5v5s right now. Enemy team is 2 ahead, and you have a pick comp with Vi ulti and Ahri ulti. You have to try to make like vision plays basically. You have to get picks and get yourself gold and try to come back like that. If they take a 5v5 right now, it's not gonna be good for them.
And don't seem to plan on doing so in the near future. Golden Guardians here on the top side as River is focusing on the scuttle to make sure they have full vision at the potential EG lurking around.
They're making a full rotation. FBI came all the way up to bully for this Rift Herald. So Tristana's gonna get turret placed.
Yeah, Tristana's gonna get turret placed. All Licorice has to do is get this wave on top side. I don't think they will be able to kill Licorice. If they defend this top wave and they don't have a Herald play, I don't think Tristana should be moving actually.
Yeah,
Okay, they're gonna decide to fight instead.
Vulcan, FBI inspired are out of there. Golden Guardians can continue putting their sights on to the Herald, some zoning off of Ssumday and Licorice, but
I didn't feel like EG has a Herald play here. If Stixxay just kept pushing, and even if they get the Herald, they will not have a play and they will lose way more, but they decided to secure the Herald.
Yeah, it sounds like because they saw Ahri go into Fog of War towards bottom side, Stixxay was like, you know what, fine, I'll just rotate up. We don't want to, leave an opening for a Jojo play here or anything, and we'll just take the
looking for a play. Gori is aware of it, and he's trying to rotate.
And 4 down here on the bot side for Evil Geniuses, but multiple in the vicinity for Golden
I'm not sure about
Guardians as well.
starting this Drake. Maokai is gonna have a very good ult angle from here. If Golden Guardians decides to fight this, I think it can be good for them.
Gori's pretty far in mid lane though, so I guess they probably give.
Yeah, they're like, we got what we want, we got their heralds, just farm.
So Evil Geniuses picking that up, didn't end up having any contests in the end. There wasn't any vision really on either side to make that a clear angle of entry for Golden Guardians. So bringing something for EG to look forward to, considering the lead that Golden Guardians have been executing so far. So much of that into the pocket of River specifically.
Yeah, I like that for EG. They're trying to calm it back down. We've got Zeri. We have a Vi Ahri combination. We will be able to kill somebody with that.
This definitely wasn't bad for EG. If you look at the gold lead, you would say, okay, Drake and Herald both gone, but they were able to trade 1-for-1 in the end. They got the Drake, so definitely positive for EG.
So EG still have a condition to get into this with those scaling picks and points of power that will just grow and grow in strength as time goes on. Golden Guardians, though, making more movement across the map. You can see huhi once again unlocking with Stixxay with that movement over towards the mid lane. River entering the jungle of Inspired, as Inspired is currently over on that top side alongside Ssumday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty hard to make a play up there on top side onto the Gwen. The W, very annoying for Vi to deal with, so I think that's a little bit of extra time there will be afforded to a Golden Guardians bottom side play.
They're controlling the map very well. Even if they get Ahri ulti here, so good.
Jojo trying to dash away with the ult, but there's too many members of GG. Stixxay with the kill credit onto Jojo, and that means many plates for the taken of Golden Guardians.
Well played from Golden Guardians. They were controlling the jungler from earlier, so they knew that no one was able to help Ahri, and the second they saw Jojo, they're like, these guys didn't think we had to just kill him.
Yeah, I mean, Vi's topside towards a Gwen matchup where it's really hard to make anything happen, and Golden Guardians have Rift Herald too, so you have Tristana plus Rift Herald, that turret doesn't stand a chance. Instantly killed. Not only is it a pick for Golden Guardians, but the tower as well as over 4,000 gold snowball now.
This is a very rough game for EG.
Wow, yeah, that's a big gold lead for Golden Guardians, and coming off the back of that Game 1 victory. When you're looking at Evil Geniuses, even Inspired having a Travis Gafford interview after the loss to Golden Guardians back in Week 5, said, I feel like they're winning right now, but I'm not sure that they'll be good in playoffs. He might put them top 4, but might put other teams in the top as well. So was a bit uncertain then, but is now in a 0-1 deficit in the series against Golden Guardians, a 4.1k gold deficit against them in this game. Golden Guardians proving a lot of strengths for themselves.
Definitely. I don't think anyone expected Golden Guardians to be this dominant today, and it's looking like it's gonna be a 2-0.
It honestly too, it's not anything crazy. It seems like pretty straightforward gameplay here. You know, good choices by them. River full clearing, then sneaking into the tri-brush towards bottom side is what got them the big amount of momentum here and being able to snowball. And now they've got a Riftmaker Gwen already completed in a tank matchup, so that feels super nice. Maokai's super tanky already. Sunfire rush here even means River will have a decent amount of burn damage, and they can just rotate into the jungle to start taking even more resources away from Evil Geniuses.
The tanks are way too ahead. Only targets that Vi can kill is Tristana, and you don't want to be ulting Tristana.
There we go.
Okay, they're trying to kill Gwen here.
Yeah, Licorice the focus now. Inspired knocking back and even committing the ultimate to ensure they have victory with the kill.
All right, that's a target they can kill. Gwen down. They got the Gwen. It looks like the other side you're giving up is a 3v2 push on mid will result in maybe some turret plates here for Stixxay. Tristana here will be at least able to knock off one, and Gori's rotating over to continue clearing out these wards around their red quadrant, getting them ready for this dragon.
Definitely a little bit breathing room for EG there. Third time is the charm. It was the third time Inspired went off, and this time we got a kill.
And now at 14 minutes into the game, EG looking for a way to find their footing.
Pretty interesting too, because we had both Stixxay and Licorice on the dive, and they were talking a lot about how confidence makes them play so much better, and how this season, with Golden Guardians being one of their best seasons they've ever had, it felt like they were playing pretty similar, but finding such better results. Do you feel that sort of change on a team, especially towards playoffs as well?
I mean, confidence and momentum is like almost everything, and I think they got momentum in our series, and like game 1 was a little bit close, and they were able to pull it off. And game 2 is looking very dominant for Golden Guardians, so they are definitely feeling themselves right now. Yeah, look at this place.
Definitely
They're
feeling
going for a very
themselves.
aggressive place.
Yeah.
Very good.
Burning him down, committing for the kill onto FBI across mid lane, and the rotation from Golden Guardians to try to offset the pressure of EG on the top side. Gori going in for it, onto Jojo, Orb doing damage, hook from Vulcan to bring him in, but over the wall we go. Inspired to follow, Gori looking to fall in a moment's time, but does delay it long enough. Jojo getting his little booty out of there after all of the output from Golden Guardians. Oh,
Still a 1-for-1 kill trade, but GG is gonna get the Herald here.
Yeah, that's what I was
And they're getting top bot tier 2 for Gwen. This is huge.
I would not be surprised. Look at these 3 objectives, actually, that are up. There's Rift Herald, bottom turret, and top turret with a Tristana in your face. That could be 3 objectives taken off of a snowball from the dive mid. Honestly, I love seeing Zeri's get killed like that. 3 people immediately hard CC onto her, getting killed, and the rewards are big.
I mean, maybe it doesn't look that bad, but Golden Guardians went mid, dived Zeri, got his bot summoners, killed him, went top, got a kill, got Heralds, bot tier 2, top tier 1. They're just dominating the map right now, and EG doesn't have any play.
Yeah, I especially love, you know, the confidence here. They lock the Rell, they rotate the Tristana to bottom lane, they keep going for the engages. Then here on top side, Gori, he says, hey, the entire team is roaming up. So Gori's setting up this whole time. He takes a big chunk here, though. It's a good hook from Vulcan, but he escapes with his ultimate over to his team to be able to isolate here and kill Inspired. Inspired flashing to get the 1-for-1.
and at the end of this, Golden Guardians able to make their way towards that dragon on the bot side to continue granting themselves some pressure elsewhere. Evil Geniuses continuing to offer their services on the top side, though, to take down this turret. Jojo putting in the last work to finish it off. So Evil Geniuses getting their first turret of the game, actually, though. Golden Guardians have had such control of the map, not just with breaking down through the lanes, but even extending their vision throughout.
Yeah, and the only reason they got that turret is because Golden Guardians are picking up Dragon and taking 2 mid.
Now they're gonna go second turret.
At least 2 here. Herald Charge plus Tristana.
They're playing the map very well, and they're not leaving any room for EG to breathe.
Oh, Stixxay going in. River trying to initiate double TP from both sides. Jojo coming in with a dash. A root onto Licorice, but Stixxay's over the wall, wanting to finish off Ssumday, but Inspired and Jojo have to back off with the remaining members of Evil Geniuses. They are down 2. Jojo's charm does not connect, so GG, just a couple hanging out. just having a good time, waiting for this wave to come up alongside River with a charge here on the Rift Herald again to blast through the inhibitor turret.
That right there exemplifies the state this game is in. I feel like that's so insulting. It just kind of jumps in your face, just wiggling around in front of the wall.
Normally when Ahri TPs like that and you are clumped, that's scary, but Evil Geniuses right now has 0 damage to kill them.
Yeah, they started out on the tank here. Scissors doing their work, starting to chop through. Maokai ult.
I like the confidence from Golden Guardians. They are taking every single fight and opportunity they have. Very good to see.
Making sure to press forward with that aggressive mindset. Stixxay doing so again and so continuously throughout this season.
Yeah, and then waiting for his pass out. He's got plenty of members of his team that could jump over the wall. And Evil Geniuses know it. Wow, what? This is so unexpected as far as this series. So many people, so heavily Evil Geniuses favored. But we're at a 7,000 gold lead at only 18.5 minutes. Like, Baron's not even on the table. And look at their items. There's 2-item Tristana already. 2 items on multiple members here for Golden Guardians.
It's gonna be very easy to execute Nash play as well when they're ahead, because Maokai can just put down the saplings and they can just finish it. So
yeah, their turn off of Baron is so good with Maokai, with Rell here. The guaranteed engages, that confidence they've been playing with. They can easily get picks.
And Golden Guardians keeping up the pressure over on top side with 4 members, and Licorice teleport at the ready, matched by Inspired, and Ssumday throws down the needlework. There's the charged up Q to try and slam down. The hollowed miss, not enough to keep him protected, but that's a lot of soaking up of HP and some damage dish back, but can't finish it off. All the while, Golden Guardians still on that top side, still multiple members pushing up this wave and wanting to offer as much pressure in that sacrifice.
the sad part about these plays is like they're killing Licorice, but the gold trade is always worse for them. But they don't really have any play left in the map, so only like they're gonna lose that turret anyway. So it's good that they found the kill here and trade some gold.
Yeah, it's not like it's a massive comeback, but when that's all that you can do,
Yeah.
there's not much else on the map that they can do, but they can kill that Gwen.
Yeah.
It is wild how much work Golden Guardians have put in here as we are just hitting 20 minutes and already a naked inhib across mid.
And it's pretty easy for them to start up Baron without even having to commit to it because their front line is so
They can
strong.
just tank it forever.
Exactly.
Without taking damage.
And kind of posturing around it for now. Ssumday getting sight of River. But in the end, you're also looking at the way these solo laners from GG get unlocked. Gori having a really good time just isolating some of these targets against EG and now join the party.
Their target is Nash right now. If Gwen didn't even go about to push it, he's instantly here. They want to push down mid and top and start this Nash.
And look for the turn as well. Keep your eyes. Huhi ready. River ultimate on the Maokai.
So he's looking for the angle.
They know he has no vision. They know they have no vision. He wants to go.
Multiple control. There he goes. Huhi with the play and the jump in to follow. It's burned HP bars for EG. They ain't got no FBI to hold up the mantle for them. Licorice getting the kill onto Vulcan and Jojo zoned out by Gori. It's Ssumday left alone as Inspired retreats into the base. Golden Guardians clean, clean, clean.
Golden Guardians demand respect right now. Oh my goodness. Huhi just walks up. They've got vision covered through the blue pit here. And they're going to start up the Baron. Blast cone pops.
Ooh, Jojo, TP utilized. EG just know how much pressure Golden Guardians have had and have to remain around to see if they can make some kind of face at Golden Guardians. Jojo being careful of Gori. Inspired making his way from mid. You can see Vulcan trying to make as close as he can to the team as possible in case a fight breaks out immediately after. But that's just a Baron for Golden Guardians. A 10k gold difference and a big balloon of the confidence.
Huhi here just sweeps the whole area. He knows that it's not worth it, so he goes for a very good engage. I mean, beautiful.
Yeah, and look at the minimap. Inspired was all the way up at the Tribe Rush. He was looking for a super long wraparound, but the entire team is dead by the time he gets there.
He was trying to find vision to see if enemy teams start a Nash, because if they get pushed back in their jungle, it's gonna be very hard to get that area back and get Baron vision. So, but Huhi found the angle before they start Nash.
Yeah, look at the Baron right now with how many wards. There's all 5 people's control wards all over the place. behind it, and they're not even rushing towards Dragon. They don't feel like they want to waste any time of the Baron.
Yeah.
Now, trying to get as much value right off the bat. 2 minutes remaining on that Red Bull Baron buff. So EG just have to posture against Golden Guardians. Licorice and huhi hitting some career high stats for themselves in this game of 12 kills. Inspired, though, wants to find the angle, but again, look at the warding that's just coming out of Golden Guardians, catching every possible entry of the opposition. Inspired, now sought out by River and Licorice, who walked down. Maokai ultimate coming through. Golden Guardians want to try and turn this towards the isolated pick, flash away from Inspired, creating as much distance as he possibly can, but there's 2 Golden Guardians on him. The rest of Golden Guardians still focusing on that bot side. They still have the buff available and want to get that value. 4 members of Evil Geniuses to offset them on bot, but they have some support for Golden Guardians coming on through. huhi, another monstrous engage for he and the rest of the squad as Golden Guardians with the lockdown River way downtown with the pursuit onto FBI and Vulcan. Vulcan, a teeny tiny bit of HP to his name. That one little sapling blow would do it, but don't even have to reach just yet. Ssumday completely zoned up by huhi. River just wants to get the kill and finally feels the thrill of it. huhi risking going low, but cannot die because guess what? It's Golden Guardians out on top in the fight, out on top in the series so far. What a game for them as they knock on the Nexus door of Evil Geniuses for a second time.
That's the Golden Guardians. They're playing very well.
Massive statement from the Golden Guardians. Not just a 2-0 lead in this series, but an emphatic win in this game. And
24 minutes game, yeah.
Stixxay still has not died. This was a 7-kill deathless game from him. He didn't die in the last one either on the carries. I talked in game number 1 about Golden Guardians. One of the most underrated things about this team is their versatility. The amount of champions every one of their players plays in different roles. And they utilized it here in draft phase. This is basically adopting the beginning of the EG draft from game number 1 with a way better turn at the end, rotating the Tristana bot, getting that AP damage threat from the Gwen on top side into a good tank matchup for themselves, and executing on stage.
That was beautiful.
So, but really, they got their power from beating you guys. So you guys are helping Golden Guardians get to this point. You gave them the confidence.
You're fulfilling the underdog arc of Golden Guardians here. I mean, just looking at what they're able to do in the 4th fastest game of the split. That's what that just was. And the dominance, that's got to get in the head of EG, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's 2-0, one more, and you're out of the splits. So, I mean, Golden Guardians has a crazy momentum right now. EG really has to play very well if they want to come back. But right now, it seems like Golden Guardians is just better.
What a time, what a time. Thank you for joining us here for game number 2. For everyone at home, LCS en Español, vive la LCS, baby! LCS en Español is the official Spanish language stream of the LCS. This new viewing experience is live on LLA's Twitch and YouTube channels right now. Scan the QR code or go to lolesports.com to learn more. I know we will continue seeing you throughout the day. For now, let's head on over to the LCS Lounge to break that one down.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the LCS Lounge.
Oh my God.
We're gonna go over some stuff on this iPad. I think it's an iPad. I don't know what it is. Anyway, what a game. 2-0 for Golden Guardians. But I think it started with this draft, and the biggest thing was the ability to have flex picks. So I think because these two were picked together by EG to go mid-jungle, that might have surprised EG. But in fact, this Trist was going bottom lane, the K'Sante was coming mid, and then the 5th pick was going top. So what this means is pretty much everything EG picked had to be blind based on the way GG was able to structure this draft.
Yeah, and this is just amazing from Golden Guardians because throughout the split, my criticism was the fact that they don't flex. But this is the best flexing I've seen in the playoffs so far.
Golden Guardians just a best of 5 team. Like, I don't think any of us predicted it, but their drafts are crazy because the other thing was that based off I don't think they even thought it was a flex based off the Sion pick because they thought it was 100% going to be a full physical damage team because K'Sante top, Tristana mid, and whatever AD carry is going to come in bottom. So that's why you take the Sion blind into the self-counter pick of what would typically be a K'Sante. But instead, the Gwen comes through that gives them the damage profiles that they need. And then, I mean, forget the draft. The in-game play was crazy.
Yeah.
This was River at his best, honestly. The fact that he was able to get this. So yes, Tribush, that was on fire. River says, you know what? I'm not done just yet. I'm going straight mid. Do the same thing.
He just adds straight top side, this is stuff that I've absolutely loved to see from River. And this is why when people were like, oh, River is one of the top junglers in the LCS, it was because he understood when he could come up with creative gank paths like this. So immediately helps out with the thing bot, then immediately goes mid, gets a kill there, sets up Gori for success really early. It was great.
Pause here, actually. So pause here. Go back a little bit more. Because right off the top, River's out of position, but Jojo, when they were making a catch on towards Gori, had already used Charm. Vulcan, when he got caught up initially, had used the auto on Maokai and already used Q. And then the same had been used on Inspire. So they actually have no one to punish River when he was out of position and walking back. So he gets it back into position and Golden Guardian's able to take the fight.
I mean, the other thing too is huhi, as you roll this out, his Rell was disgusting. We haven't seen this champion forever, and like not only in this one play where he gets a big flash stun chain combo with River coming in as well, just so much good splitting the fight. Actually, they almost killed multiple people, and then Stixxay the kite out here for the honey fruit gaming.
Yeah.
But yeah, like huhi was doing that over and over again in all these fights.
I thought you were going to circle
that's a smiley face.
That's a smiley face.
Your prediction.
Yes.
If you're a Golden Guardians fan, that's a smiley face.
Okay, fine.
Biased.
There we go. Draw a smiley face for us. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean, they picked them apart. There's like not that much to honestly break down after the first 10, 15 minutes. They just got slaughtered. The only thing they could do was just attack Licorice on the weak side, but every time they did that,
pause here. This is just such a great setup because he's been looking for this flank. He's about to come over and Rell right in here, and then everyone just files in. It's great. We can roll it now. Yeah.
And with the setup they have, the control ward that covers him, yes, don't see him coming.
That's classic Rell, man. It's one of those things that huhi, we had their graphic earlier. He's the 6th most played player in the LCS in terms of overall games.
Yeah.
So he knows all these different game states and all these different drafts. And you need to not be grouping up like that against Rell, but you could see EG was just kind of shell-shocked the whole game.
Look at that, only 2 Drakes taken in 24 minutes. Yeah. I respect it. Golden Guardians like, man, we can just keep murdering these fools. We don't need to go stack dragons to win this game or anything.
17K on the Tristana too. Like, if you are able to perform like this, on a pick that's completely new, I mean, like, we haven't seen Tristana in the bot lane for a while, then this just changes it where red side is much more beneficial.
Yeah.
It's not about side selection anymore, where in the past, in the first round, we were seeing a lot of blue side priority. Now, it's just on evil geniuses to recognize the flex picks that Golden Guardians can take. A lot of them you can't really expect because they haven't done this before. It's really tough for them. And yeah, they've selected red side.
And it makes sense, actually. They won all 3 of their red side games in the last round. One other thing we do want to point out, though, is even though Golden Guardians themselves don't have any titles, their players are all very accomplished. So they are not going to be scared of this moment being up 2-0 against EG.
And I think for, NA fans who haven't watched a ton of international, you don't know how accomplished River is as a player in like leading teams in playoff pushes, in international play as well. Like, this is a guy who can, be the captain for a series. And I think the Maokai plays early on show that he has an idea of how to attack a team.
Yeah, and I mean, when we talk about confidence, they have it. Throughout their players. And for me, I'm looking at it.
We had it too.
Oh, I don't have any confidence.
Team.
Move this.
Let's go.
I'm actually, I'm here now.
I feel bad for Closer because we kind of bullied him into changing his prediction to 3-0.
Right, GG 3-0.
If producers can help a brother out. Right. If they can help a brother out. Like anybody.
Raz, are you flip-flopping?
Everybody has to flip-flop.
Okay, Raz, what's your new prediction?
Oh, it's a 3-0.
Okay, Emily?
Ooh. Oh, man. Am I flip-flopping? You know what? I'm actually really big on owning my L's, so I feel like I'm not going to switch. Obviously, I already lost.
That would be the way to own your L, is by switching.
Yeah.
Actually, one.
No, I mean, I own when I'm wrong, whereas...
So you're just going full Titanic.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm going to say, I still think
sinking ship.
My new prediction is going to be that we're going to see a reverse sweep. And here's why.
Ooh.
It's because I think there's been huge draft gaps in the first 2 games. Triple AD carry was bad. The flex surprised them. EG hasn't been able to get their feet on the ground. So I'm really looking forward to game 3. We'll see if it's a sweep or if it's a reverse. So against all odds, we are at match point in this series. Can EG come back from 0-2? Find out after the break.